Hello, I'm Kabelo Malatsie, one of the curators of Darrieya Contemporary Arts Biennale 2026. Archiving as a formal vocation or a formal process within museums and institutions has been understood to be in itself a subjective undertaking, informed by the biases of politics, colonialism, racial practices, as well as the people working in those institutions' own socialized bias. So the idea of truth, I think, is maybe at the core of most of the projects. Like, what is truth? Who writes truth? How do we confirm that something is truthful? So the including artists that are coming from a subjective space is to not start from a place of fact or truth, but rather from a place of the subjective and building something that is fiction and unimagined, even though that fiction is, of course, informed by things that exist. I'm interested in the sonic and not necessarily particularly interested in a voice or the human. So the sonic in my interest includes sounds made by nature and nature including humans within that gambit. So I'm interested in how we listen, how we pay attention, and also our limits, or rather the brain's limit to understanding fully what we are hearing. So listening as a practice is very important, not only paying attention to what we're hearing or experiencing, but paying attention to how we are receiving it, in what states we are receiving it in, and what it invokes in us. So when one thinks of the world, one cannot think of it as discrete, dislocated regions. The African continent and the Arab region have been in conversation for thousands of years. So the connection is there. I'm interested in not continuing the kind of thinking about disconnections, but rather thinking about continuities and connections. When working on exhibitions, I often work with a question in mind, and the most interesting artworks for me are those that leave you not with answers but with questions. So I hope the audience can stay with the questions and question themselves and how they see the world. Kind of way of questioning how one reads the world would be a hope.